Hi guys, and welcome to another Didulot Experience video. Today we will talk about this game, Destiny Knights, that I started playing during my week of Forced Bed Rest, the last week. I've played it for like 3 to 4 days normally. It's the usual turn-based strategy games like DC Legends, Marvel Strike Force, Summoner's War, and whatever. It's really close to Summoner's War, but has a lot of interesting stuff. At the start of the game, you will see the featured hero of the week. In this case, is Yanuk and John. It has increased chance, we will talk about this later, and other stuff, which is the description of the percentage of rarity drops and whatnot, the fun of the forum, and the events. Then you will be reminded of the event and eventually some kind of shop lures. What I found interesting is that there's a beginner package which I didn't buy because I wanted to stay free to play just to understand the game, which is like a permanent increase in keys, which is the energy to play the PvE, and equivalent PvP energy. So basically, let's go over the basic game. The basic game is the usual turn-based game. Let's go over this, and I will not delve into the specific of the game before I started. This is the usual rock, paper, scissors like we have in DC. I will do comparison to DC just because you know me for that, and so I think that you are comfortable for the game. Rock, paper, scissors is common, so you have advantage over your weakest element. You will have, for example, if I swap up the heroes here and swap up Yanuk for Benito, sorry. When I will go back to the game, I will have an advantage. You can save various team, and you have one special for the arena. So equal, advantage, or disadvantage, and compared to other games, what is interesting is the way of gaining the 3 stars. The 3 stars are gained one for each, let's say, achievement that you do into the adventure. So clearing the adventure is giving you 1 star. In this case, clearing the adventure using a striker, it's another star, and then use the drug skill 3 or more times, it's another star. So let's show what the games really is, and let's go right in. It's an energy-based game, so you will have all the usual need to buy the energy or whatever. The interesting thing is that you can lead your heroes and move them while casting the skills. So it's interesting that you can avoid your opponent's skill, but beside that, you have the normal skill that you can play. And when they do that things, as you can see, they break up. So they are more vulnerable to some effects, and you can capitalize on that to increase the damage you do to them. If you leave it like this, they will always use the auto skill, never use anything else unless you press the auto button, and they will do everything by themselves. I don't want to show that right now. The life of your guys is the sum of the life of every character, and you can see that on top. Beside that, you will lose the game and the fight when your life is low, but you have many ways to recap that. I'm just playing lowly here. I don't care about the result. I was just showing the game. What I was saying is that it's cool, and this is important for other events, that you can control the position of your teams, and they will basically attack the closest thing. So sorry. You have three stages, as you can see, 1, 2, and B. With B means boss. And yes, so he is stunned after using a skill, and you can use the Striker. Striker is a special move that's used by the 4th heroes that you have, and it means that it basically helps you recovering health and increasing the damage, or maybe provide some kind of heal. It just depends on what skill does the striker provides. So the game is basically, as I said, a turn-based game with a little bit of action, because you can control the pace of the skill by manually casting them or by using your arrow, let's call it, to position your heroes, as you can see. And there is this component of real-time playing that's really cool. And as you can see, he is casting a big skill, then it goes into the break stance, and right now you can increase the damage they will take. It's all explained in the tutorial, I don't need to go over it, but I just wanted to show some kind of... To me, it's fun of the voices that you can see, because it reminds me of Naruto and the other Japanese manga that I used to watch. So it's really nice for me. And so we use the drag skill, which is basically not watching them play themselves. We use the striker, which is the 4th hero, Caesar in this case, and we complete the game, and you will get some kind of reward at the end of the game. So let's go back to the lobby, and let's go through the various things that you can do in this game. So beside the adventure that you can complete and increase your rewards, try to clear everything with 3 stars, because you will get rewards just by doing that. It's the normal achievement that you can get. There are cool things here. The first one is the secret dungeon that's increased, and this counter increased for every PvE content that you do, and can reward you with a random hero that you can farm single-handedly. Let's say this week you have Zod and Lobo in the CL. Same thing here. You can click on this one and you will get a random dungeon from one of these 5 factions, or just a generic one, which is randomly. And I have a random dungeon for Raven. So completing this one, I will go over this just on auto. I will talk over. Completing this will give you some number of shards at the end of the fight. So you have a way to gain heroes every time you complete the random dungeon, the secret dungeon, and the secret dungeon is open for an hour, and that's the one of the important part of the thing. It's open for all your friends. So as long as you have a friend list that we will cover in a second, every time some of your friends discover a secret dungeon, you will have a chance to go over their dungeon, and you will have the chance to just gain those shards, making the gathering of shards and heroes pretty easy. So as you can see, we will gain some kind of shards here. In the normal mode is just 1. There's the hard mode that costs a little bit more and will award you 3 to 5 shards. And an hero is usually unlocked based on his, let's say, star level, and his star level can be 3 to basically 1 to 6 star, but you know, it's based on the hero. There are some, usually the secret dungeon one are just 3 stars, so they are unlocked at 30. And all these animation that you can use from their ultimate, let's call, reminds me of Final Fantasy, which is really cool. And the chibi style of representation of the heroes is cool. I really love the game. I'm not playing it like I'm doing with DCL. In fact, I'm not doing daily or stuff because I want to focus on one game at the moment. And in this moment, it's like I even failed because I did it on auto. So I was saying I'm playing Magic the Gathering and I'm playing DCL, so I'm not, paying attention to the to other games. But beside that, let's go over this. Let's see how many shards we will take about this. And I'm using Benito here because it's better as a damage dealer than the one that I'm using as a striker, which is a good buffer. So I want to save all my skill beside this one, which buffs the damage and helps me click it quickly. I just wanted to go by hand in the, let's say, the manual part on the to avoid the boss AoE or attacks, because the AI is pretty dumb sometimes and just stays in the AoE, hopefully thinking that they will be able to interrupt their AoE because you can knock down and stuff. But it's better if you just hit them while they are down, and then so I'm a lot of debuffs, 8 chance down, let's call it. That's why I'm missing a lot, but he is gone. So I was saying, this will allow us to complete the dungeon and gain some shard, which should be 3. Yes, it's 2. And you will be able to unlock him pretty easily. It's a 3 star. And as you can see here, the dungeon is open. I don't care, I will not continue this. Or you can discover a new one when you get the map's pieces, or just by playing. We are already filling this up for a new secret dungeon discovery. So this is the way you obtain heroes, or by completing some kind of zones that will award you special heroes. But there's another way, and it's they call it the underworld word, where you have the chance to go for a specific hero here. I already completed this today. I didn't think I would record. And it's like on DCL, where you have the chance every week to gain a special hero. And this is every day for a long time period, like a week. And yep. And then you have the event, the Awakening Dungeon. It's the equivalent of the gear event in DCL, where you gain stuff to legendary level your guys. Raccoon Dungeon is a way to upgrade your heroes. So once is the legendary stars, this is your normal ranks. And the last one, the Giant Dungeon, will award you some crest. That's the gear pieces that you can use directly on the heroes. So let's talk about what you can do in this game. And that's the PvE, the normal PvE that I showed before. And it's basically following a lead to a story that's going on. And then there's Tower of Promise. That's a long tower with 100 floors that lasts like weeks long or months long. It's more like 4 weeks. And you have a way to clear the single stage to gain some rewards or repeat the stage that you already cleared for additional one. And as you can see, you will get summoning scrolls, rubies, gems, or whatever. It's similar to what you can see with Red Alert in DCL, but you can take your pace playing this because as much as you can only get 6 key every other hour, you will have the time to play. You can delay your playing in this. Obviously, you can buy the energy and whatnot. But again, this is the other content you can go on, and it's another PvE content. And then there's the faction boss. Faction bosses are special bosses that you can fight with the help of the rest of the world. And there are different bosses here. This week is Weaver Mesh. I've never done this. There's a reward for ranking up in completion and killing it. I will do this first time. And in this particular fight, you have the chance to play with 5 heroes. As I said, I don't know what he does or whatever, because I started the other week. So, as you can see, there's the boss. And it's important in the boss fight to avoid his attacks. So, being able to move your heroes is the most important things, because reading, as you can see, moving from the fire is mandatory, or you will basically die in one turn. So I've been roadblocked by the boss, by the minions, and I just died. You will get some basic rewards, and you have chance to fight this 3 times each day. Again, as I said, I don't know what's. I will bring Benito in because he's super strong, and Yanuk is a boss killer, and Kedits. Okay, so let's go like this. Let's try to avoid his AoE. And let's stick nearer to him so we can interrupt him. And this is one cool part where everyone compete in killing this boss and helps us killing it. So let's use the break on him. So it's broken. We need 5 breaks just to be able to interrupt him. And I have this girl here that does an interruption, an invulnerability shield. So I was hit by the AoE and stunned. Okay, as you can see up there, my health is pretty low, so I am going to go all out. Yes, I was burning. So whatever you do here, you will gain some rewards, and you will be put on a ladder here. And as you can see, there's people doing like gazillion of damage. I'm rank 412, and yeah, the better that your heroes, the better the result. And there is achievement for this boss using the break skill, participating with 5 people, lasting more than 1 minute, or gaining shards. And everything here is repeatable daily. And that's good because, as you can see, the boss will die and will give rewards to everyone ranked here. And as I said, I'm ranked 412, so my rewards should be 500 gems and 5 scrolls. This substat allows you to change the orbs. We will talk about that later. So this is the other content you can do. It's the boss. And there's some content that I thought about it as a joke, and it's pretty cool. Is this Captain Jack? I don't know if this is permanent or whatever. And you have one content where you have waves of boss to fight in the adventure, and you can use the heroes just once. And I will go there on auto, and you will gain reward randomly increased by this wave. Uh, there are just random minions that you get to clear, but the important thing here is that you cannot use your heroes twice. So it's important, to split your heroes accordingly, so you don't lose. You don't put all your best heroes on wave one, and you don't have anyone else to play with. So this is my uh, team. As soon as the team wave dies, and as you can see, the difficulty is 9, so I will maybe die sooner or later. You will pass to the second wave, and so on and so on and so on. The I'm just playing on auto here, and you should, if you want to enjoy the game, reduce the speed to 1 and play normally. So my team just died, and it's time for the second wave. My second, deployed team. I don't have a good roster, so this will end up in my in my whole roster being destroyed by these guys, as you can see. And I don't have another. So this is my whole reward, um, and I will go back to the lobby. And it's another way of playing this game that forces you to think about what you are deploying. And sorry, let's go back there. What we are deploying and what you are trying to face here. And you can repeat it multiple times. What I find even hilarious is this one. This is basically, the kind of bejeweled game inside of the game, and I'm a really scrub player at this. You have to just cross 4 same color gems here, and you will gain some stuff out of it. And as you can see, if you don't act quickly, you will get some kind of advice, a suggestion just to go on and play this. And maybe you get better than me, because I'm horrible at this kind of games, especially when there's time, and I don't like going too fast and thinking about this. But again, this is just some additional stuff that you can do, and is awarding you some kind of pieces of gear and other rewards, even energy or shards for the heroes, considering how many purple shards that you break or whatever. So let's go over this again, and let's try to break some purple, so we can get some shards for the hero. And as bigger the thing you break, the best result you will. But again, I am a noob at this kind of games, so who cares? And I'm a noob at pressing buttons too, it seems. So let's go through it. And yeah, we got 19 shards for the hero, 17 energy, and some coin for the gear. So you can even play this and have fun with this, and then you can buy in the shop the stuff that you randomly gain during the adventure. So this is World Boss, Arena, World Boss, sorry, random games, Red Alert, or Tower of Promises as it's called here, and the secret dungeon that allows you to gain special heroes, and Crossic is the dungeon where you gain specific pieces of gear or upgrades for legendary or upgrades for skills. So let's go over the most important things in this kind of games. Heroes. Heroes here, as you can see, you have your team, and you have three types of heroes. Let's go over the codex here. Heroes are... Codex is the way that you can check the heroes. As you can see, some heroes have 2 stars up to 6. You can increase the grade by paying or whatever if you have the skills. And the most important thing here is that you have skills, and let me go over the Kate, for example. It's Silvas, she's Silvas, right? Medina. I never remember my guys. I'm too young in this game. So, as you can see, these are the best heroes. These are the 5 stars, and then you have the 4, natural 3, and the food. Okay, these food are used to upgrade your heroes. So you can merge 2 of those knights. Let's say I have Ryan here and Vanessa, and I can use Vanessa and Ryan to upgrade one of my 2 stars heroes. And let's go over it for a hero. And here, for example, I could use this guy. Okay, this guy to upgrade my hero's level, simply by just playing the game in a normal PvE adventure, or I can force the upgrade by using some other mobs here. Obviously, using rock minions on rock heroes is better than using Scissor or whatever, and so on. But you have the way to upgrade your heroes, get more stars, or get the legendary status. Legendary status is different compared to DCL, where you have a static legendary status. Here, as you can see, Benito has what they call Awakening. An Awakening costs you some resources, as you can see, and allows you to get some bonus. In this case, he's awakened at 1 star because I get the material. And he will, if we go to 2 stars, he will get crest slot 1 and 2 unlocked. Let's see what crest are, or maybe let's awaken some random heroes that we may just do. Okay, so she's awakenable. Okay, as you can see here, her awakening costs 5 gems, 5k money, 6k, and some gems. And she will gain some stats in the process. When you upgrade her again, she will gain the crest. Crest is here, and are slots that you can apply gear. So this gear gives, let's say, HP and attack, and you have a chance to even enhance this gear. As you can see, I've increased the bonus that you have a chance of failing and doing this. And you are increasing 1 piece of gear to give more benefits to your heroes. So as long as you upgrade your heroes, you can use the pieces of gear, and there are different pieces of gear that gives you resistance or attack or speed or whatever. So the same hero can be played in different content with different skill set. So maybe you want him to be tankier on PvP and more damage oriented on PvE, or faster on PvE to interrupt more, or whatever. Orbs, on the other hand, is the lower tier of gear, and as I said before, you can use the orb to just, let's say, increase. No, let's not enhance. I will equip random gear. As you can see, I have 2 pieces of this orb, and he's getting 5% more health. Or you can use the bravery one to gain more HP, or it's not help. Or this one, basically giving him more um abilities. I'm getting all the health one based. Okay, this is critical damage. This is defense and so on. It's based on their position on the hero. This lot is usually always HP. This one is usually always attack and so on. So this is the equivalent of gear to a character, and the crest is the next level of gear. Let's call it legendary gear. And then there's skill that you can upgrade by burning up the additional version of the hero that you have, because you can have two, let's say in this case Gunter, and the second presence of Gunter can increase the damage that she does, and you can choose the skill that you want to upgrade. Or you can use this Ragoon I was talking before, that you can just get from the events, and then you will use on every hero. It's like having jolly player, a word for everything. So this is it. You can increase their level, you can increase their stats or whatever. You know what their skill do, what their leadership skill do, and so on. One nice thing that there's in this game is this one. Okay, so this is one of my favorite hero, and you can click on this icon here to see some kind of representation, static representation of the hero, and you can play with him on various background. Just because you love it, they give you some way of achieving result. But even cooler is this key here. You can play the same hero with different skins, and they are all available for James or something else. So you want him into the summer style uniform or school uniform, and you can buy it pretty cheaply. And the uniform even change their stats. As you can see, the default outfit gives nothing. The school uniform gives 110 and 10 defense. Same for this. This one is not available any longer. But again, it's cool. The game is just out since August. So in 5 months, basically, in 3 months, basically, it has skins, it has different type of content, world boss, alliance, and whatever. And I just said alliance. One thing that you can do beside the PvE and the solo content that you can do is the guild stuff. Guild stuff, as I just joined one randomly, as a conquest mode where everyone helps fighting some boss. So let's go over here. Again, I'm not caring about the neither participating nor whatever. I'm just wanted to show. So the fight is similar to the previous fight, but he has a lot of health. In this case, he was already killed by my alliance mate, and so he is pretty squishy and nearly dead. He has just 18k health, over 1 million. So there's no way, and he will probably kill me anyway. There's no way you can solo him unless you are into really end game and stuff. And everyone in the guild will contribute to the killing of this hero, and you will get tiered basically on hard and L. So the content is pretty scaling with the increase of your guild, because you can go over a normal Fong here, or maybe you can go over Hell by Tong or Drake or whatever. So it's, as I said, it's another kind of content, and at higher level it becomes harder and harder to play, and that's something that you can do in the guild. Beside that, there's Guild War. where you get to fight. We are not in this moment in a guild war, but you can fight with other guild one on one, and it's PvP. So let's talk about the last thing that you can do in this game, which is PvP. And this may be a sore point for someone, but it's okay. So before going to PvP, there's this gunship, which is basically the way that you create some way to gain additional stats. So you can gain, as you can see here, they are generating energy and rubies and gold just by creating those stuff. And you can collect them every other hour or so. There's the usual store where you can find scroll pieces, in this case Carlotta or whatever. And when you get to a number, you will able to unlock the hero. So let's talk about the heroes and then go to PvP. The hero gathering here is different from, let's say, DCL, where here you are basically getting some scroll or the fragments as we saw before. So as you can see, I have farmed some, I've gained some scroll pieces, puzzle pieces of heroes, and I can summon them. So let's say I want to summon Jackal, and you will go through. Jackal was available through shards farming in a dungeon, and as you can see, I yet have 62 pieces, so I can summon him 2 other times. What's needed to have him more than one time is that because you can increase his skill by feeding other version of himself to himself. So you have Jackal that can increase the skill of other Jackals, losing the Jackal in the process. The other version of summoning stuff is by scrolls. As you can see here, I have a summoning scroll that I can press once and it will summon a single hero, in this case from Silva's faction, and it's 3 stars to 5 stars, so it's random, and it's one of the things that people despise about this kind of game, but they give you a lot of way of gaining these heroes. But sometimes they will give you this scroll where they will guarantee a 5-star hero. In this case, spoiler alert, it appeared before, I have Moss Shia, which is one 5-star. In this case, let's say it's pretty cool. It's not bonkers. It's really great in conquest mode and PvE. And it's, let's say, some kind of ignore defense, chill debuffer to the opponents. In other part of the game, she's not that strong, but it's pretty cool. She is pretty cool. So this is how you get high ranked heroes in the game. So I got Elki, which is the best heroes in the game. So this was pretty luck. She's bonkers. I got the okay. I got the paper Elki, which is not the bonkers. The stone, the stone Elki is the best hero in the game. But again, as you can see, you have heroes that you can find, and you have different way of gaining those. We may Isabel is cool. So I will still add another legendary. Oh, Rock, Helga. Rock Helga is one of the, clutch hero in PvE, especially as a striker, and again in Conquest. She's a bleeder, and yeah, as you can see, every hero here has a way of having his own roster here and information, where if you follow um, the lead that they give you about um, the lore and the story, you have way of understanding what's their purpose in the game. And this is Helki, and as I said, she is one of the main character of the story. There's a comment that you can see here from other guys. Some are just trolls, but again, she's pretty cool. And as I said before, for every hero you have the chance to change your stats and so on. By the way, so this is how you gain heroes and how you gain stuff. Let's go over the PvP. PvP on itself is divided in two types of arena: the common arena and the faction arena, or the specific arena. It changes every week. The common stays the same, and it's just a simple arena where you fight your 3v3 against another guys, or in this case maybe a bot. As you can see, there's AI Fei Yan, which means this one is a bot team, and you have the possibility. So let's open a bracket here. Arena is completely AI driven, so it's like playing on auto, and this is something that people didn't like. But what you can do here is to unlock tactic. That means that you can tell them, please kill, use the leader skill first, then go to the second hero first, and so on. So you have a chance to unlock specific tactics that you can use against your opponents. So it's not controlling them, but it's like something close to that. As I said, people were whining about it because it doesn't allow you to do anything beside watching them brawl. And obviously the best geared and built up synergistic teams will obviously win, because you don't have the chance to, as you can see, click on a skill and activate it. But again, I prefer this kind of AI driven PvP than some kind of RNG based in other games. So this is the first type of arena that you can find. And as I said, I know that people can say, oh, this game is horrible, you don't want to do PvP if you cannot really do PvP. But the fact that you have so different things that you can do here. You may go for all PvE and follow the lead, then you can go for the tower, then you can go for the world boss or guild war in arena and whatever. And let's say the PvP here, you have even different type of PvP where it's like you can only use faction heroes. In this case, let's say I want to fight this AI, I can only use Silva's heroes. So I can never use my favorite Benito because it's Medina, and so on. So I can only use these guys, and as you can see here, my guys are just low level, or I don't even have someone unlocked. So this is my Medina roster, and the rest is just horrible guys. I got Elki right now, but again, as you can see, you have the way to fight where do you like it. I'm stronger in Medina because most of my guys are from Medina. And again, it's AI driven PvP, but more of the synergy here are based on the team composition. As you can see, the increase in damage, the tactics that you will go through here, unlocking them. I always forget to unlock them. And you can unlock those, and then you can use those. So I will say, let's go second hero first, and then she will be the one leading the tactic, and so on. So they will change the activation of skills, or what they will do. So if you have, for example, in this case, this girl here is one of the best interrupter in the game, because she has skill that only interrupts knocking back guys or lifting them up. And she's one of my very first legendary heroes, because she's easy to awaken, so legendary level. And yeah, I went crazy on her. And when you, in this case, when even you upgrade her, she even changed the outfit, as you may imagine from other games, for free. So, as I said, this is another way that you can play the game, and this is a faction-specific arena. The other week was a PvP where you can only use one of some leaders. So it was Gunter or Benito or whatever. And for example, next week we will have Great Arena, where you can use heroes that have the same starting grade, which means that I can only use 5 stars or 4 stars or 3 stars and so on. And these are all the special arena that you are able to get every week. One is the basic one, and one is the special one every week. And you have 5 energy split for each one, which is, as I said, pretty cool and allows you to have so many things to do. So basically this is the game. You will get the usual achievement, where you can see what you have to do each day to gain stuff. Let's claim all. Or you have the weekly one, where each week you can complete, or these are something that you will complete over the course of your playing experience. These are challenges. Let's say I did this once and I managed to do this. Same challenges are really easy, like spend your gold or use your gems or whatever, or unlock the tactics in PvP. Some are more complicated, like use only 3-star hero on disadvantage in a game, and so on. And what I said before is that you can combine heroes. Let's say I use my 2 guys here, and I have a chance to get a better hero. So let's wrap it up. And this one is that you can play some original 4 or original, I don't want to use those because I'm using them. You can get, so let's unlock this. And here, if you spend 300k, you will receive 1 random hero of R5, which is not one of the 2. So you can go on and get one of the heroes that you need. But again, this is not the point of the video, and I'm not even so deep into the game. There are a lot of customization that you can do here, and for example, you can even change the starting image, where you can get a more chill winterly background, and the background will change. The heroes represented here will change based on the one that you have unlocked and used. And there are events where you get to gain more energy or stuff by upgrading your hero or playing normal dungeons or whatever. And as you can see, they give you a lot of gems, and that's why I have like 27 key gems. So that's it. The game is interesting. Um, you can buy costume for your girls if you are in this kind of stuff. There are even troll, uh, as you can see, troll costumes, uh, or whatever. It's just like some other ways of gaining you stuff. Uh, you have the usual vampire themed girl, uh, because yeah, it's just a new game. As I said, he has like less than 4 months. He has so many things to do in the game, and it's interesting. I'm not still knee deep in this game because I'm playing Magic the Gathering on Arena and DCL. But with the new year, I may start streaming it or publishing video if it's request, and I will talk about it. Hopefully, or to be honest, I hope that DCL introduces some of this stuff like Guild Wars, World Boss, whatever. Everything is good to me, and I can keep playing that game. So, all that said and done, as usual, thank you for watching. I hope that at least this game sparked some kind of interest in you. Thanks for watching and catch you in the next days. Bye bye.